Today we are painting a portrait of my son in acrylics. It was a while since I painted him, so I thought this would be a good time to do it. And I thought I would just talk about my approach to painting portraits and what I think about when doing it. So first off, I just start by marking sort of the middle. It's not really a grid, it's more I just want to be aware of where the middle of the canvas is so I can make sure that I place things where I want them. And I have this reference photo where I also mark the middle. That means I can sort of use all the negative shapes and the positive shapes to judge sort of proportions and where everything should be. I then mark sort of the points of interest, I would say. It's more about just trying to get things where they're supposed to be. And I kind of think about the volumes as well, so I tend to draw just some circles for the mouth, the chin, cheekbones and the nose to remind myself that they're gonna have some form and be like volumes that should be visible. It's not just flat surfaces. And then I usually do like these balls for the eyes. It's kind of this similar thought. You don't want to draw the eyes or paint the eyes, you kind of want to paint around them to describe the form. Like by no means is this a good drawing. It's more just placing landmarks, using angles, straight lines, and just try to get things where they're supposed to be. My best guess, that's what I'm after. My best guess of where everything is. And just like mark some stuff in the background, try to judge the painting, you know? Is this a good composition? Do I like it? Because this is the place to change it. Once I start painting, I have two goals in the beginning. So the first thing is I just want to cover up all the white areas because they will make it hard for me to judge values. And then I also kind of want to get my darkest dark in there as well. Again, just to be able to judge values. I'm not really trying to paint well at this stage. I'm just trying to cover the white canvas, again, just drawing kind of, but with muddy color. But also letting myself be loose with it. Like this is the fun part. This is the part where there's no expectation of this looking good. It's just, I can do whatever I want with it. So I'm taking this opportunity to just paint, just have fun with paint and just put a blob there and another blob there and, you know, see what happens. Is that right? Nah, it's not right. Yeah, just paint. Just have some fun with it. And I kind of lost the drawing. I felt like I had a good drawing going, but I'm really starting to lose it here. What I do then is I usually just scrape it down. Scrape away some of that wet paint. It leaves a lot of like pigment on the canvas, but it's not that eye-catching, so you can easily paint over it. But it gives me something to judge my sort of drawing against. So back at it, and this time just trying to fix the drawing, then just being painterly. And I feel like I kinda got it back a bit here. There's still some sort of glaring issues. The head isn't wide enough. It's not right. It looks okay, but it's not where I want it to be. And you see again, I'm losing the drawing here. I was not happy with the state of things, so I just scraped it down again. And then I realized, okay, I think my palette is just too chaotic. I didn't have enough values. It was kind of gunky, old paint, and it looks like crap. So I just decided to clean that up and then mix new paint and make sure that I had enough sort of steps in value. With acrylics, it's kind of hard to mix. You kind of have to pre-mix stuff. I just mixed up a bunch of values, basically, but then I also mixed all the in-between steps. So all in all, like 12 or 13 different values. And that raised my confidence a lot. Like now I felt comfortable again. My palette was clean, I have all the values I need, and I can mix in between steps on the go. That's no problem because it's not huge leaps in values. So now I start to feel like the drawing is coming back here, and I'm still focusing on the drawing. It's like, okay, where is everything? I mean, painting is basically drawing, but it's messier. The same principles apply to both. Yeah, you can really see the value shift here in terms of dry paint versus wet. And that's a problem with acrylics for sure, that you have to get used to. My solution is just I paint in layers and I layer. And I also kind of like that it's not perfect. There's gonna be some areas that, you know, it's almost like if you zoom into a print or something, like when you zoom in, you see the pixels and it just makes no sense. But as long as you zoom out, it looks good. So it's kind of, I'm kind of painting as if it looks good on like 1 or 2 meters, then I'm happy. I like when you get close to a painting and it's like, holy shit, it's just messy brush strokes. When I first started painting, I saw all these paintings, like the old masters who painted portraits and still lifes and stuff, and the portraits just boggled my mind. I could not understand how you could paint that well. And by no means I'm not saying I'm even close to that ability, but like after a few years of sort of classical atelier training, that spell kind of broke a bit. I'm for sure there's still some magic involved in some paintings, but I can kind of see how it's done. Not sure would be totally able to do it myself, but I can see how they did it. And that's a fascinating change with anything you learn, right? Like when you finally sort of push through to the other side of understanding. In the beginning, it's just how. You can't really even wrap your head around it, but then the more you learn, you kind of get that it's just a skill basically. I'm trying to go for more detail, but I'm using a pretty big brush and really sneaking up on the detailed stuff. In the past I've done a lot of like super detailed portraits, but to me that's not what I enjoy looking at. And it's not that fun painting it either, to be honest. I kind of like when there's brush marks and stuff, so I use a brush that's like hard to do small things with. Like it should be difficult to get the details right. I really like to simplify the shadow areas a lot. So I'm always focusing more on the light side or the lit side, I guess. Like put all the detail and really focus on that. And then in the shadows, I'm trying to do as little as possible, to be honest. So I sheet a bit if I can. I'm just gonna suggest things as much as possible. Really try to simplify it. You really want to separate the shadow and the lights. And the easiest way to do this is just to decide that sort of, okay, these 2-3 values, they're gonna be in the shadow. There's not gonna be any overlap. If I put a value in the light part, the shadow just has to be darker. That's like a simple guideline to use. It usually reads a lot better if you do that. Yeah, now we get into some juicy details, like putting in the sort of the lighter parts of the eye, and that's always gonna make things pop. Now I talked about like not putting values in the light in the shadows, but I think I kinda took liberty in pushing that light in the eye quite a bit in the shadow area, just because I thought it looked cool. And that's also okay. Like that's why we paint and draw, right? This is my point of view, and I'm allowed to do whatever I want with it. So if I want to push something because it looks cool, I'm gonna do it. At this stage of the painting, I'm comfortable with sort of where everything is. Now it's more about really trying to refine it. Still not like trying to over detail stuff. I just I really want to just keep it at a minimum. Like, what do I need to do to just make that read well? I really wanted to keep the background just suggested and not too detailed, because then it starts to compete with the face. So I want the highest point of contrast in the portrait, and then the background is just gonna be, the values are gonna be slightly compressed. And I had a lot of fun. I love this drawing or painting that my son did a few years back. I just love it. It just makes me happy, look at it. So it's on the wall there, and I thought it was a fun thing to have in the background. I also have you see there's a painting behind him on the right side. That's actually a portrait I did of him, was it like 3 or 4 years ago? Yeah, I really enjoy putting my old work in the background of new stuff. It's kind of fun to look at a painting. It's a progression, right? You can really see that, like, oh, he did this one after that one, because obviously it's in the painting, and they're all part of the same story and same universe. I wasn't really happy with the neck. Necks are kind of hard to paint, to be honest. It can be tricky to get that roundness off them. So I'm just trying to soften up some shapes and brush strokes and marks and stuff, just to really get it to turn properly. It's starting to get close to being done. And that's also a really hard problem. Like, when is a painting done? Because I think you can always do more. That's not the issue. The issue is, when should you leave it? When should you stop? When is it good enough? When is it as good as you wanted it? When does it match your expectation of the painting, I guess? Maybe that's more accurate. And I think I'm kind of getting there now. Like, I could put more time into the background. I could do more, because you always can. But this is when I felt like, yeah, it's done. But then again, you like step back for a bit, and it's like, I'm just gonna fix this. There's always something you want to fix. But it's like, okay, this is something I need to fix. Yes. Okay, good. Then do that. Then it's like, yeah, now I'm done. That always happens. So yeah, here's some, I guess, glamour shots, some close-ups. I could, like, from here I could go color, but I felt I kind of like portraits in this black and white style. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment if you think I should do another one in color, if I should have done this in color. And I will see you in the next one. Cheers.